LD and RBS, Pulse 88 Radio. We got our third and final guest in the studio for today. He goes by the name of ZEK Snaps. Let's go up for him. This one has been long overdue.
Guys, what's up? Okay, I sound like a draw artist, but I'm not a draw artist. Mind me.
For those that don't know about ZEK, who are you and what do you do?
Music photographer by trade. Jeez. Love of music, love of photography. That's all I can say, man.
And I see that you've been real active like the past, was it 2-3 years? How long have you even been in this photography, videography stuff?
Well, it's mad because I started videography 3.5 years ago, but I got into photography on a serious note around 2.5 years. So I stepped up my game around those times, and that's when everything started to just go through gradually in terms of the progression and how everything started to come smoothly within the work and what's been going on throughout my life in general. So 2.5 years approximately.
So, I want to take it back.
Cool.
Because this is LD and RBS, as Ty would say.
Cool.
Where are you from? Are you born and bred London?
Yep.
Yeah? So where
East
did
London.
you grow up? Okay, whereabouts?
The Essex side of East London, so Ilford. For those that don't know.
Amazing, Ilford,
yeah, so for those that don't know, Ilford is basically border between Stratford, Romford, Barking,
Gants Hill.
It's a serious area. It's a crazy area. I grew up in the ghetto, so let's just say that. But now I live in northwest London, Edgware Road. So central.
Oh gosh, we got to have a northwest over here.
But it's surprising because it's like where I live, it's NWA, Edgware Road. It's mad because it's like NWA, but I live in the ghetto side of it. But when you come out of like 3 minutes towards the side of Edgware Road, it's like west. The postcode changes.
I had no idea you were northwest London.
No, Church Street Market, where Church Street Market is.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that's where it is. Like Lisson Grove Estate, they call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I've got to commend you on is the fact that there's a lot of photographers in London. Yeah. There is a lot of like literally everywhere you look. We've got a few in the room right now.
Literally.
I big up to the photographers.
Yeah, 100%.
Big up to the photographers.
But it seems like you've kind of changed the game out here.
Yeah.
You do it. No, don't be humble. Don't be humble, Zek. Now you literally seems like you do it from. You have different perspectives when you take pictures. You feel your pictures. Tell me about early on you picking up a camera.
I just had to find the ZEK Snaps way. Like I had to be original with it. I think the key thing is how you go find this game is originality. There's a lot of people nowadays that try to copy another person's style of photography, and sometimes it doesn't work. And people are observational nowadays. People can clock that certain style within an instant, straight away, simultaneously, without not even you knowing. What I had to know and how to learn the game by trade was just to follow my own rulings and on my own settings. Yeah. Because when I first came into the music photography game, I looked at people like Ashley Verse, Ray Fiasco, Courtney, Vicky. One thing Ashley always taught me was be you and always experiment and be original. Like, you see why Ashley Verse is so profound for his style is because when you look at an Ashley Verse photo, you know that's his photo. That's how it is with mine now. When you see like a ZEK Snaps photo, you know that's a ZEK Snaps photo from far. Same likewise with a Mabdul as well. You see a GIF, that's the Mabdul GIF right there. People are so like understandable now to what's going on because people are starting to find originality within their sources and what they're bringing to the game. And I think I'm starting to like that and see what's going on because artists like that initiative and they're starting to respect that from a lot of photographers.
Now you talked about artists. It seems like every artist in the game right now comes to you for these pictures.
Did you not literally just come from Tion Wayne's
it's like they've
show
got you on
night?
speed dial or something like that. Like you're the first person they go to in Hollywood. Oh yeah, I need a picture, let's go to ZEK. Tell me about your connection with these artists and the moments that you must see that a lot of people don't get to see firsthand.
With these artists, man, I just keep it 100 and real with them. Like I have an honest and straight away relationship. There's been times where I've fallen out with a lot of people, but that's how the game comes and goes. Sometimes you're going to be perfect with everyone. Obviously we have a perfectionist state of mind, but sometimes you ain't going to win everyone's heart in this game. But one thing I've always learned is just be straight, be honest, and be always on time with when you send these pictures to people, because when they see the punctuality that you give to them and you show it to them, they're very impressed by that. And I feel like you just need to be what you're good at and believe in what you're good at, and straight away have faith in your abilities, rather than just being like, yeah, I'm this guy that does this and that. But if you don't believe in your source, and if you don't believe in what you do that can bring you far to this creative world, you ain't gonna go far in general. And that's what I've always learned, always intaked from the perspective of the journey that I've been going through. Like, just be good with people, always be straight to people, and just be honest and always have a good relationship with them. Straight.
Who have you enjoyed working with?
Oh my God.
You know, everyone's listening to this thinking, say my name.
Just say them all.
Everyone, man, like everyone. Like, in terms of who I've been with, like personally, like who I've worked with personally, Nathan Hector, 110%.
Oh, big up Nathan. My little friend.
Canadian brother over here.
Nathan, Mr. I Am Next, aka Seshi.
Shout out to you.
Seshi is a absolute hard-working guy. Like, this guy is the hardest in the game when it comes to events. Yeah, you'll see him at your favourite show, and he's literally finessed on backstage, and you're like, how the hell did this guy get it? But no, he's a master at his craft. Shay Lingo as well. That's another one who's brought me in. Obviously, my two brothers, man. I originally started this thing with Risky Java and Ashai Mercer, man.
Jeez.
They're like my brothers, man. Like that. When they brought me into this game and they taught me the whole perspective of what the game is like. But that's like my close guys I'm generally always going to have love and respect for, and who I always will enjoy. But in terms of like favourite artists who I've pickled a moment with, I would, if I had to choose three, Hardy Caprio's tour was so sick. I say Hardy and Sneebo's tours was sick. Davido was sick.
Davido levels.
Do you know?
I can see the excitement.
His energy, but the people around him are crazy. Like, he's got this bag of security guards. Like, it's like, yeah, you mess with them and you're on the wrong side. But with Davido, what I liked about him is it's surprising because he followed me randomly and he messaged me. He's like, I knew you for my tour, my headline show in London. And I was thinking, how did this guy even find me? Like, you got 6 million followers that time. Like, how? But this is the beauty of social media. Anyone can find anyone. It's not that hard.
That is actually the positive of it.
That's the beauty of it. And that's what the whole retro perspective of it is that social media brings that power towards people where anyone can find anyone straight away just by a search bar, someone through word of mouth. And then when that word of mouth goes through to another person's state of mind, they're like, yeah, I need to check this person out. Let's see what this person has got to the table. And then from there, everything just brings out and comes out.
How important is your personal imagery in the sense of you're a talented artist, there's loads of talented artists out here, they come to ZEK Snaps to develop their artistry. Tell me how important your role is when it comes to these artists.
I think it's a major role because without, let's just say, as much as the artist is the pinnacle of the buy factor of their tour and shows, without a good photographer and a videographer, your moments won't be captured in a spectacular way. And I feel like you need to define those moments through the lens of the camera. And you need to understand your creative inputs with their creative inputs, because there are some artists out there that are, they're like cool, they let you do your thing, but there's some artists that are creatively on
I wanted
job.
to touch on that because obviously you working with people like Davido and that. Is it? Have you found that you've had a lot of experience where it's been pretty strict and you haven't had that control? You can't get involved and really just express your creativity.
Yeah, I mean, it's like slightly strict, but it gives you a full understanding of your pros and cons of who you are as a creative. So, for an instance, Shay Lingo, down to earth creative guy, like this guy knows his stuff. Like, he will be like, ZEK, this is the type of shot I want. I'm gonna pose like this to you, blah blah blah. This and that. Same with how when I met IMDDB as well. She was very creative. Like, she was so sick, and she was like, cool, you want to get a shot of my girls, let's do this. This is how I'm gonna pose for you. Come close, get the close up angle. And then obviously we're testing it out. She's like, yeah, I like this, but I feel like this focus can be better.
So the shots you want to get already, basically.
It's like,
I even remember at the Roy Woods thing, he was telling me, like, you wanted to get the Nines and Roy Woods shot, and if you get them two together, and I was like, yo, like,
there's the shot when already. You encapsulate certain things in moments, you know that moment will go off. So that's what I think the beauty of photography is. Like, there's been great moments for an instant this year. So, for example, I can give you other photographers prime moments. For example, my friend Amzi, she caught 30 for Boohoo, man. That was wicked. I was like, that is sick. Same with Ashley Verse when he caught the magnificent photos for Mabel's tour, Mabdul for Stormzy's tour, and he done the whole 3D motion gift for Victoria Beckham at Fashion Week. I was like, that's some inspiring stuff.
Did you know when you took the Migos pictures that they would go viral?
So the Migos thing was mad.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Shout out to Mango on the back.
Hey.
He's the guy that basically done the special effects for me.
He's like,
Migos
it was me.
Yeah, this guy, he's basically the secret creator behind the whole Migos thing.
Hey.
So it was mad because me and him just messaged each other. The photos went viral in general.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me, he's like, bro, why didn't we just do something with the photos?
Yeah.
I was like, cool, like, what do you want to do? He's like, just send me over the photos, let's see what I can do with them. Obviously, we went back and forth. And then I saw something that he did. I was like, yeah, we need to post this up. I said, it might be 3-4 days late, but let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Straight away. Yes.
Say it for the ones louder in the back.
When good creativity takes time, it will prosper. That's what I believe in. So when that came through, I was like, well, let's see what happens. Everything went off the social media.
Boy.
And then obviously there was a time, I think there was the next day, I was randomly in gym, just training, lifting heavy and that. And then I was like, okay, cool. Why is my phone going off like this?
Yeah.
And then I went on my phone, I was like, why have I got like 400 friends following me? Why have I got 300 comments, 700 likes? And then I went on it, I was like, what? They've tagged me, they credited me. And then obviously I got annoyed though because they didn't credit Mangwa.
Yeah.
That's what was annoying. But
sign of a real person.
Obviously we still atted him, we told everyone to at him.
Yeah.
Everyone still knew that he was the guy who curated that whole thing.
Don't worry, Manga, we know.
Yeah, we know now.
So then when we went through that whole how should I say, the whole situation with what's going on social media, bro, it was just one day of madness. Everyone was like saying, this is crazy, this is mad for the scene. And then a couple weeks later, we found out that video got played, was it, on the BET Awards, wasn't it, Mangwa?
BT Awards.
BT Awards.
Wow.
Backdrop.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one thing, Mangwa doesn't know this, but he's going to know. So there was an interview with Cam Kirks and Raven, Beyonce's photographer.
Yeah.
They got filmed for like the best 10 music photographers in the world. So they spoke to Raven, especially about like, does she know anything that's going on around the world with other photographers like in other countries? She's like, oh yeah, I saw that thing those two guys did for the Migos at the BT Awards. Amazing. I'm thinking, how does she even know this? I'm like, where's this coming from? And I was reading it, I was going through it, I was like, no, this can't be true.
Such a good
yeah,
feeling.
for those that don't know, whoever wants a link, I'll send it directly to you because it was through Complex and the interview for that. She was like, basically, we need to pay more attention to other creators from other countries because stuff like that was shocking. Because she was like, when she was sitting with Beyonce's team at the BT Awards, they asked the people like who done that special effects thing on screen for the Migos for the stir fry thing, and they're like, oh, it was these two guys from London.
Wow.
Yeah, again, that still shows the empowerment of social media.
That is crazy. I just think even with your art and your style, like I think it's really unique. Like I remember when I saw the first thing, I saw what you did for Tiny Boost.
Oh, that was.
And I literally screenshotted that. Did I send it to you? And I was like, "Is this my man?" And you were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I've never seen anything like that. Shout out to Boost, obviously.
Yeah, that was done in like 5 minutes. That thing.
Seriously,
that was a quick thing.
How did you learn that? Like how? Really?
I say partially. Like,
come and jump on the mic, man. Literally.
Do you know what? It's up to you, bro. Come through. Nah, but do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Obviously, he inspired me, and other people around inspired me. So it was him. Mabdul with the whole GIF thing was crazy, and I saw a couple of people do like this whole moving thing with like keyframing edits. I was like, let's test this out, see where it goes. And then I tested it out. I was like, do you know what? This is actually good. That this makes sense. Let me keep this style to myself and perpetrate it forward towards my people on Instagram. And the people were like, yeah, just keep this style. It suits you. It's you. It adds more like. How should I say? It adds more personality to you, who you are as a person. Like especially the Young Bane one. Yeah. Like when I've done the Young Bane one, even he was messaging me like, bro, I need them. Blah blah blah. This and that. Like, and this is the thing. I haven't spoken to Bane in prior for like 4 months. Yeah. Because he was just busy doing his thing. Obviously, he's been touring and that. I tried to do a London show, but you know how it goes in the game. So when I saw him at the D Block Europe show in the Birmingham one. Yeah, man, like we caught up and then I've done that for him. I said to him, like, bro, I'm gonna do something crazy for you. He's like, I'm just gonna see. And then straight away after when he had his Soccer AM thing, that's when he was like, bro, like that's mad. And then
so have you always been a creative from there? Have you always got into it, or did you get into it at a later stage in life?
You must have, because I can feel it.
No, later stage, but I've always been a sporty guy.
Okay.
So when I was like from the age of 8 to like 16, I was playing football hardcore. Like I was semi-pros for like Redbridge FC and that.
Well,
and I was playing left back.
What a change.
Defensive mid. Like a lot of people don't know, but yeah, I'm a football fanatic. Like I'm a die-hard Arsenal fan. Die-hard. Who's your support? Who's your support?
Don't worry.
Tottenham.
No.
We'll have a chat about that later. Yeah, so I was always into football because of my dad. My dad's a passionate, die-hard, old-school football fan. And then I got into football, die-hard Arsenal fan. I used to love it. We used to play in like a state, like kicking ball and that. And the thing is, like when I was learning football, I didn't even learn it from like any football matches or trainings. I learned football through my heart and soul. That like, I was just testing it out. I think it's a bit. There's two different perspectives on it, but what is similar is the hard work and the passion. Like I enjoyed it. Sorry, to the fullest moments, but I think what endured the whole pain and suffering throughout football was after when I had my injury in my hamstring. So I feel like that ended for me, and then obviously GCSE times I wasn't doing very well. There was a lot of situations back in secondary school that I wasn't really doing well, and then obviously I done my resets in secondary school. I still had the opportunity to do A-levels randomly, I don't know how, but didn't do well. And then my mum and dad was like, we're going to move areas. I think it's a change of mind that we need to move areas. We moved to that edge of road.
So what was the first camera that you started with? And for those that are starting up and want to do photography or go into this field of business, what would you recommend that they start with? What do they need?
It's not always about the camera. It's always about understanding the functionalities about what your vision brings with the camera.
Yes.
Like you can get a basic camera, but if you get the sickest lenses, you're winning. You're winning. This is what I'm saying. It's all about the visions and how you impact forward with it and how you bring the vision alive within it. So us come through
now big up man.
Let me co-sign. It's Mangwa, by the way. You can follow me on Insta at It's Mangwa. But anyway, the point is you don't need to worry about the piece of equipment you have. The main thing is the vision and the motivation behind executing it. And as ZEK is saying, it's not about the camera.
And let me give you different examples. Look at Jamal Edwards, look at Rashid, and look at them two for an instant. Jamal was filming with an ordinary camera back in his local state in Acton. Same likewise with Rashid. Look at Jamal now. The guy is a young millionaire. Killing it. He's his own entrepreneur, let's just say. Same with Morgan Keys as well. I remember when Morgan was doing music videos for like so many people, it didn't matter. He had only like a 5D Mark 2 and 3, I think it was.
See, all that terminology I didn't understand. I'm like,
So he had like this common camera that everyone was using. I think now it's interesting because cameras' functionalities have improved a lot. Like in terms of like the image processors, the 4K features, everything. But as I said, it's just about how you bring the vision alive through the perspective of the camera.
And just to add to that, as an artist as well, artists always think, we need the best videos. I'm an unknown artist, I want a Migos video. It's not necessarily the way. As an artist, if you look at Migos' first videos, they were probably shot with that camera that we were talking about right now. It's about growth. It's really about work the little that you have and growing. That's the beauty of things.
Fun fact. Avengers, the first one. Some of the scenes were filmed with a Mark II 5D.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Some of the scenes. Obviously, the majority of it was filmed with an Arri. But if you deeply research into it and you look at the documentary that was really behind the scenes, they will tell you there were some scenes they had to shoot in a 5D Mark II and 3.
Wow.
It's just
It goes to show. It just goes to show
the talent, the knowledge and the talent that you guys have. Like, I'm just like,
and also, also, I wanted to say too, with someone that's younger, that is a young photographer, there is many out here. Being someone like you, they probably aspire to be in the position you are. For sure, because you pretty much are breaking down barriers. Tell me what you've learned on this journey. Tell me what you've learned and seen. Posh, but I like that.
The biggest barrier or the battle, I'd say, was obviously balancing university with photography and fighting depression.
Oh,
You just took my
You've
next question
literally
out of
just
my mouth.
This is what
I
our
was gonna
show
ask
is
you,
about.
and you took it right out. But let's
Go on, let's talk into that.
especially with the day we've had today. It's a great time to talk about
really
this.
special.
But yeah,
Depression, man, what a freaking symptom that is. That was one of the toughest things I've always had a battle with.
Let's take it back to even when you feel like it started.
Yeah, it's always been there, but the reason why I always say that is because of my mum and dad. And reason why being is because mum and dad, it's not even about pressure. I feel because they're them two, like, always heavily trying to involve me to do good things, they've got so much symptoms of illnesses. And unfortunately, like, I've seen my mum close to die in my own eyes. And obviously, for those that don't know, this is going to go really deep. When I was 4 years old, I witnessed my uncle get killed in a bomb attack in Iraq, and I was only a 4-year-old kid. So that was one of the most serious incidents I've ever witnessed that shell-shocked me at a young age. But I'm quite thankful it happened at a young age, because if it happened now, drastically, I would have been more shell-shocked, I'd say. Because when you're at an older age, you subconsciously intake the emotions more through your psychological mind. Because that's what I've learned when, like, looking into psychology, everything in general. So that was one of the toughest battles I've ever witnessed, but at the same time, that was a motivation that I've always stood by. Because after GCSEs, I know this is going to sound like some surreal story that I'm about to say, but when I was 16 and I was, like, in a dramatic situation where my mum and dad were, like, not happy with what I've got in school and everything, one time I had a dream, like, random dream of my uncle, like, in a field, white field, man coming up to me with a face full of light, said to me, "You're not over, something good is going to come to you." And I woke up and I was thinking, what's this? Like, I was emotionally, like, very, very confused. I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on there? And then throughout the time when I moved to other areas, like when I moved to Edgware Road and I went to City Westminster College, and I retook my English and maths, and I went from an E to a B in English, and I passed my maths, and I've done BTEC level 2 creative media, got 3 distinction stars, so on, and I got into my university choices. I was like, I can see why this is happening for a reason. And I've always seen, like, my uncle as a guardian angel in my eyes.
Amazing.
Like, that's what the perspective is, and that motivation gives me more than what it is. Because even though I go through a lot of depression and I feel emotionally wrecked at times, I don't feel like speaking to anyone, I feel like it's always good to be open to people. Never be afraid, man.
Well, someone that is in their field, and you are definitely thriving in your field, the question I ask is, where do you feel like the imbalance comes from? Bear in mind, you are noticeably doing well in a lot of people's eyes. So where do you think that comes from?
I feel like it's the objectives and aims you want to hit. Because there's a lot of things where people are like, I don't feel like I'm doing well at this thing, or I don't feel like this certain situation is working out for me. I always say, don't always look at what the objective is telling you. Always remember you're on the objective for a reason, and you're trying to conquer the objective. It's not like your hard work will work under one day. It takes many years of things to, like, nurture through. Look, let's just give you prime examples. Genghis Khan didn't conquer the world of, like, conquer certain lands and empires throughout one day. Same with, like, Martin Luther King. He didn't revolutionize a powerful lead towards his own kind in under just a day. Same Malcolm X, same Che Guevara. These people believed in what they wanted to objectify in life, and they followed through, no matter how much hard times they went through, and no matter how much doubts and rejection they've been through. And I always say as well, never be afraid to be rejected in life.
Always.
Never be rejected, because that rejection can become your biggest yes later on.
Oh, blessing,
So that's one thing I've learned, and I always say as well, is just be true to your goals, be true to your abilities and what you love, and remember why you started the journey for a reason. Like my journey, why I started it, people think, I want to be this photographer. No, I want to become the first British music Arab photographer to be on the Forbes, globally be all over the billboards, inspire the Muslim and the Arabic culture to go far. I even want to go back to Iraq and to open the first media school.
Amazing. I can't let you go past that too.
I was gonna say.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, no. Do you know? You saying Iraq? So would you ever go and capture moments there?
Listen, Iraq.
There is a lot of beauty, and of course, there is a lot of. How can I name
tell
it?
he's gonna go.
Yeah, no, it is because I would do that. I mean, I would like to do that, but it's not as easy.
Iraq is a city of Babylon.
Yeah.
People always forget this. It's where civilization first started on Earth alongside Africa. It's where mathematics, technology, and algebra all started, and the greatness of civilization on Earth. People tend to forget Babylon were one of the first empires to conquer a lot of lands, and they've done some crazy stuff. We can't go into that because that's some deep stuff. Yeah. But for those that don't know, Iraq is where the city of Babylon is, like where you find the sun god Ishtar, other gods around, like the Babylonian ages. Even like the Moors were part of Iraq. The Ataturks were part of that empire alongside Turkey and Syria. Iraq's a country more than it's just its name. But people just don't know that. I would definitely will have to go there and capture the ancient parts of it that people don't look or go through. And rather than what propaganda or media is telling you, this subjectified terrorist country full of threats, when really in life, trust me, there's more to it.
That's powerful, that even there. And
not many times am I taken back.
Yeah, I'm literally but I want to take it back to the depression element, because this is a theme for our show today. And obviously you're thriving in your field. We can see that, people are seeing that. Now with that is going to come a lot of success, which is going to come a lot of pressure, especially as it's in the music industry. So has that took a toll on your depression at all, with all the Hardy Caprio tours and that kind of buzz life?
I feel like what's kind of taken the toll in it was like there were times where I wasn't really getting a lot of jobs. I was messing up a lot of clientele work, and I was just in situations where I was being tested to the limits by my parents. Where's your money coming from? Are you really making money from this and that? What's going on?
Do you feel like your background played a big part?
Yeah, of course. From a cultural background of where I come from.
What's your culture?
Arabic, let's just say. But coming from an Arabic culture, it's very similar to like an Afro-Caribbean culture. Parents will testify you to the limits. Why are you doing this? We don't want you to be in the creative field, blah blah blah, this and that.
You need to be a doctor or a teacher, or it's true.
But when I look at it, it's an interesting pinpoint of how you look at that situation, because when I look at it, obviously I use it as a way to like look at myself and be like, what have I done bad? What have I done wrong? Then I always tell myself, cool, this is what I need to do to go further. And I feel what motivates me as well is the fact that my mum and dad, like, I just want to get them out of the council estate, bring them somewhere where they're comfortable, because the amount of like pressure situations I've been through, especially like my dad, because he's been in war with Saddam, and like he's been sacrificing himself, and he's nearly been let's just say the close doors of death. Like both of them motivate me like to the fullest, especially my mum, because my mum's the one who suffers the most of a lot of illnesses, and she basically puts her heart and soul to what I love, because I'm the youngest in the family. So, and they were like to me, we can see like you're the most talented one in the family, but we just want the best for you. And it just motivates me to go further, because when I see like my mom and dad like showing that they fully give their 100% support for what I do now, that makes me feel appreciated, because now I can have a sense of belief within my own family to be like, I can go far within it. And even at the whole depression factor, like I spoke to my mom, knew about my depression situation in July actually. End of July, when I was going through it in August, because she realised I wasn't going out for like places for like a week or two, and I was in my room, I wasn't going gym, nothing like that. And like she was like to me, why are you always at home? That this ain't you. She took me upstairs to the kitchen one time, sat down, and we spoke about it. She was like, you need to stop being like this, like you need to be more open. She's like, I know how you feel, because I've been through there so many times, my mum said, and I've been through times where my sisters never always believed in what I did. They've always left me, like when my granddad left me and my sisters back in the dirt. I had to find my own way to be who I am. And she's the eldest out of all my aunts.
Yeah.
So she's like the leader of that whole group. And she's like, I had to be a leader to my sisters.
Mm-hmm. What does it take for a younger version of you to make it to this point? Tell me.
Younger version of me.
How old are you, by the way?
24.
You're young.
Oh gosh, younger version. How young, Ty?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
24, yeah. So
Wow.
I just say just always be persistent with what you do. So there's a quote I follow by: persistence breaks resistance.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
We have some great quotes today, can I just say?
every stuff you're resisted by in terms of your troubles, your past situations, everything that has been an emblem of your pain and emotions, always resist that with persistence. Because persistence always pushes you forward and it gives you the buy factor to win in life.
And I would want to ask, obviously, there's a lot of photographers, as we've all established. How do you separate yourself from the rest? How do you get yourself noticed? How do you get your art out there?
As I said, just be original and let people know your style of editing and how you are as a person. Because as I said, like, it's all about how you shoot your style, how you come forward with like the style of edits, and how you portray it with the vision.
Do you think you have to display it a certain way as well?
I mean,
do you think you have to put content out in a certain format?
I mean, it depends. As I said, like, people have known for me to be profile with a lot of like how I take my wide shots and how I do like different colorizations on edits and like how I come with different styles of colors and like focuses. But people always say to me, one thing I always like about you is like you're multi-versatile with your edits. Like you never stick to one style. And I feel that's what's maybe who I am, but I feel like that's what a lot of photographers are now doing as well, because they're finding their own way.
Now, one thing I've noticed, because I'm like a Hawkeye to everything, I always watch everything. You are very consistent, as you have said. You are everywhere. Literally, you see you pop up in one place.
I try to be.
You really are. And I wanted to ask in general, going forward.
Yes.
Because I feel like you're going to have an impact, even a bigger impact than you have thus far. Mm-hmm. Going forward, where do you really see yourself going, and what avenues do you feel like you are going to jump into?
I feel, as I said, I can see my work being on like global billboards.
Amazing.
Definitely seeing myself on more massive panel talks, being like a leader towards like young people from schools and universities. I see myself just giving back to the people. That's who I've always like wanted to be as a person, and always grew up to be through that background. My mum and dad have always been the two people in my family that always give back to the poor and always been like helpful. Like they will always greet you and always appreciate what you do in life, no matter what background or social background you're from. And I've always learned that always be respectable and humble and down to earth with everyone, because you don't know what everyone's going through. Especially like everyone that I know photographers wise, I just want to say, like, this is a personal thing. I'm so happy for everyone in the photography game. Like, honestly, it's our time, it's our destiny to go forward, and I hope all of us win. Forget all that egotistical stuff, because we don't need that. Let's just move forward, let's just all be real, keep creating stuff together, support each other, come together as more as a community. Especially shout out Mabdul and Nifty for creating a thing called Take More Photos. One of the best community groups of photography I've seen this year come out. It's basically, let's just say, the concept is they bring all the best photos from photographers worldwide, post it on their Instagram page, and it goes viral. So it could be anything. It could be shots of footballers, shots of like Jay-Z, Nas. It could be taken from their photographers, and you submit your photos to them, and if it's good enough, your stuff will be there.
I want to say congratulations for signing yourself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No, let's do it again. Let's give him a second. Talk to us about it.
Thank you.
What are you working on right now, though? Is there any exclusive?
Can you talk to us about that?
Do I talk about this?
It's LDNRBS. We need an exclusive.
We always fish.
Just see what I'm about to do with the French music scene. That's all I'm going to say. Something you lot ain't going to expect.
Is it French trap? Can I dig a little deeper?
listen, just it's gonna be,
he gave us a now.
It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, French trap is definitely included, like the Afro trap element. Like I've always been a high interested person in the French scene.
They are
like, since 2008. I've always been a fascinated like fan of what they do and how they bring the music and culture together. So I'm definitely want to see what I can do with that. Got a project. I'm not gonna really talk about that. And I've got another project I want to do for next year as well. And just I want to feature myself more in campaigns and that, man, like how I did for myself for the Guap magazine front cover.
Yeah,
so
which
like,
was sick. Shout out to the Guap magazine.
Yeah, man, shout out to everyone in Guap, man. Like for me to shoot 2 of their covers and to be front of the cover, that was monumental because
and it was groundbreaking. I love that cover.
It's sick because there's been that and there's been other photographers that have been faces of campaigns for like sports brands like Adidas and that. Like Verse has been there. Like what's her name? I think Ija Shaw, I think that her name is. She's been on the face for Adidas London. Mabdul for Canon. Like this is what us photographers need because it makes sense because it's so amazing to see that embracing those moments, not just through like the creative world, but just through like in general, because as much as there's music artists and people that hosts and do like other things, photographers and videographers are as important.
100%.
And that's the thing.
And I've got to say also, I commend you for even saying, someone that is one of the best photographers in the game in the UK right now, to come out and say I support everyone. To say I support everyone is a big deal. Especially in this day
I mean,
and
I
age.
try my best. I mean, there's been incidents where people say, I don't feel like you're supporting me anymore, blah blah blah. Well, listen,
that's hard.
no, but look, this is the game at the end of the day. But look,
I mean, everyone, there's room for everyone.
I mean,
right?
there is like that. There are some people like that, but at the same time, there are people who generally like you haven't spoken to for 8 or 9 months, and they'll be like, "I'm so proud of what you've been doing." And that's the amazing byfactor of it. Like, see me, I'm not the type of person where I'll go up to you and be like, "Oh, you haven't spoken to me for ages because you've been doing this and that." I'll just banter with a person, and be like, "Oh my god, I'm a big fan of you. That's why you're too famous for me." Blah blah blah. Or I'll just be like, "Do you know what? Congratulations! I see your progression. So sick. Keep it going. Keep striving. Keep the momentum going through, and just be a winner."
And also keep all of those collaborations going with J Hus, because the way you guys work too.
Oh yeah, Hus man. Free up Hus man.
100%.
I love Hus man. I love his team. Big shout out to 2K. Shout out to Mo, Kilo, Patrick. Them 3 man are seriously good boys, man. Like put me forward with the Hus opportunities. Well, it was mainly Guap want me to do first cover when he came out.
I remember
and then obviously we kept in touch, and then after that Patrick became his A&R, built his relationship with him and Mo and Kilo, and then from there, man, Patrick brought me to some of the shows last year at the tour. The London show was one of the sickest shows of 2017.
Jeez.
And then from there, man, like, look, I'm a guy, man, I love everyone in the music scene, no matter who's good and bad with who. I just appreciate everyone, and I want all of us to win. That's the main thing.
Any last things you want to say to the people right now, Zek? And your socials?
Everyone mainly follow me in the Instagram, ZEK Snaps, ZEK .snaps.
Not Zeke.
Yes, not
Zeke.
Follow me on there. Just see what the journey's going to unfold. See what more things are about to pop off. And then, man, like, just keep seeing what I'm doing. And also as well, just want to shout out to everyone. Shout out to London Rebel. Big up. I've been like appreciating what you lot have been doing for the scene, especially like bringing me forward. And I know it's been so long for this interview to happen.
You've been talking about it for a while.
But it happened at the right time. And also shout out to everyone, like, let's just say Nathan, Seshi, Shay Lingo, Risky, Shy, the list goes on. The list. Mangwa today.
Mangwa. Big up Mangwa.
I don't know where he is right now.
Just typically busy.
But thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Really
as well.
appreciate you coming down, man.
Oh, that's love.
LDNRBS.
Can we just do, like, I'm going to get emotional because it's been a long year for us. And we are.
Big up, man. Honestly, the last year of the interview, man.
I literally, like, it's been a big year. I just want to thank all the listeners, all the support, all the artists, the guests, the talent, the creatives. We are one. I support you all. I love you all, and watch us next year.
Yes,
the LDS, we're gonna be here next year. Watch this space. It's your girl night, and I'm tuning out. I need to eat. I'm hungry. Bye.
LTNRBS.